Für die deutschen Zuschauer, heute Abend 10 Uhr, hier müsst ihr drauf drücken. Dann könnt ihr alles hier von der Messe und von dem tollen Zeug sehen und hören und schmecken.
Tschüss. Poitin here and now. Here and now. Here and now. It's been a good day. The Christmas tree's up already this year.
Absolutely, yeah.
I thought to myself, there's a dozen different Poitin manufacturers down here, and the innovation between this year and last year is incredible for us.
It's unbelievable. Like, I thought last year was good, but talk about quality. They've really upped the game. Some amazing Poitins here this year.
We've got rested ones, we've got peated ones, we've got flavoured ones. Poitin's in the ascendancy. Where's it going to go next?
Look, it's going to keep growing, we know that, but it's about bringing all these producers together, getting a unified plan, a unified voice. And once I think that starts to happen, it'll be easier to sell the concept.
When are the big guys going to muscle in on the action?
I think they'll do when these small guys have done all the hard work for them.
They'll just buy them up, will they?
Who knows? They'll buy them up or they'll jump in and whatever. And that's fine. That's the way everything in the world works, you know.
It does, but then you almost get to the point where you end up with sterile almost. You know, let the vape for 10, 15, 20 years and then go sterile. I just think it's great that the traditional Irish product is doing so well. Do you think it will transfer well to the international market?
I think it can, yeah, it definitely can. But I think if we're going to be realistic about Poitin, we're tasting this incredible spirit, pure in a glass. The way forward, I believe, is through how it mixes with mixers. You know, like if I talk to 100 friends, do you drink spirits? Yes. Do you drink it neat? No. They're all putting Coke or tonic or whatever it is, and I think that's the way we've got to sort of get Poitin to the masses.
There is a couple of bitters companies here this time. I see that.
Yeah, Bearer Bitters and Off the Cuff. Yeah.
You could be right about that, you know. But I think Marty always talked about moving away from the clear spirits. It's almost like you're moving back to clear spirits again, you know.
Yeah.
There's immense flavour in some of these Poitins.
They're incredible, and as a base spirit for cocktails, they're just off the charts when compared to something like vodka. They're just, the flavour they bring to cocktails is incredible.
Do you think it's the ease of manufacture appeals people, the big guys that step in when they don't have to set things in barrels for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, or maybe more, or they run out of barrels?
Yeah, I've always wondered at the economics, and I'm kind of going, you can get a product to market in 10 weeks or 3 years. So in theory, you have a cask, in a year, you can turn that cask over 5 times, in theory. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to waiting for 3 years to have a product. Economically, I often wonder, why has nobody really looked at it from that angle?
Yeah.
Just the pure turning over of a cask.
Yeah,
you know,
we did try stuff in Scotland there last month. It was accelerated somehow, but obviously not within the technical file.
Sure.
It tasted all right to me, you know what I mean? But I think Poitin can push the ABV as high as you can go almost. And then other ones like figure it out themselves. Knocking it down to make it easier to drink.
Yeah.
Whereas whiskey always tends to be, 40, 44, 46 mark sort of thing.
Or way up into cask strength,
It seems that the product's more versatile and more dynamic than whiskey.
I think it is, and one of the big differentiations for me is whiskey kind of sells this story of place and stuff, but the reality is you have these big machines churning out millions of litres. Poitin it's close to the people, it's close to the land, it's close to the ingredients.
There was guys in there telling me the ingredients for the Poitin came from the local area. So that's almost terroir and Poitin.
Yeah.
But like it's a white spirit, but yet look at this. The flavour comes from somewhere, it's in it.
It is, yeah. And it's that thought that's going into the ingredients because they don't have the luxury of a sherry cask improving the liquid. Because it's coming straight out.
Or E150 improving the colour.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So it has to be good.
It has to be good.
That's maybe the key of Poitin's pending explosion.
Yeah, I know, I think so.
just in Ireland.
Yeah.
Anyway, Francis, lovely talking to you. I know
And
you're
you
very
too,
busy.
Justin.
That's longer than I thought, but hopefully that will go out tonight. And yes, it is so much fun. It's so much fun. Carl, what if Marty dies in Iceland? What if he explodes? Can you step in? Because I know nothing about whiskey.
I'm ready to step in.
Are you ready?
Anytime you need, Justin.
I know. We're going to go around tonight. I have the key to Marty's cellar, and we can assess the value of it together. And sure, I'll split it 60-40 with you. It'll be great.
I think it's about 20% of what he says it's worth. So, but I'm still in.
I know. Trust me, it will be worth it. Listen, look who we bumped into. It's the whiskey companion here at Poitin Now. What do you think of the Poitin on offer here? It's a bit different.
Unbelievable. We started out, we went to Achill Islands, Poitin. Unreal Poitin. Smuggling none. We were at Mad Martyr, Cologne, Whale. It's all here. And it's all excellent.
And there's some innovative and unusual stuff. The rest of the stuff from Donegal, with a bit of colour. There's smoky stuff in the next room, by the way. There's two.
I haven't even made it to the next room.
Smoky things in there.
I need to get there.
And I have a bottle in my bag for Marty as well, but he might never see it.
You can give it to me.
All right, Card. Thank you very much. So, Colin Scott joins us now.
Yeah.
Well, it's mad in here. It's mad as a martyr. Irish Poitin, isn't it, Colin?
Yeah, we're having a great day so far. Yeah, really good turnout. We're trying a few batched up cocktails today with Mad Martyr. Background to Mad Martyr, we are 40% ABV Poitin, distilled in West Cork. 100% malted barley, yeast, water, that's it. We're one of the more versatile products we feel, all about cocktails. And today on International Poitin Day, we're doing a batch cocktail with Regal Rogue Vermouth, and Grand Marnier, a little bit of chocolate bitters, also pouring straight, and also introducing Little and Green, which is our canned cocktail.
I think I tried it last year. It's pretty special.
Unbelievable, yeah, it's going really well. We're in about 200 retailers now, north and south in Ireland, and yeah, hoping to expand our distribution again next year.
Where did the concept come from? Because I interviewed Derwent May once many years ago. Mad Martyr is a real thing.
Yeah, well, the concept of Mad Martyr, we really like the similarities between the Irish Hare and the Poitin makers. This elusive, mysterious, nocturnal sort of animal we felt fit the brand really well. You'll see in a lot of our imagery we talk about kind of Celtic traditions and festivals, and that's what we're all about.
So what's the plan for it? Is it always to be a boutique sort of brand, or is it going to be like upscale?
Yeah, well, absolutely, it's always going to be a Poitin brand. We'd love to expand our range into various other things, and we have a pretty solid NPD pipeline that we're going to be probably rolling out next year. Little and Green is an example of something that we'd like to move into. We don't take ourselves too seriously. I don't think we're going to be ever really doing some things that the distillers will do in terms of barrel aging, but who knows? Who knows what the future might bring. We would like to be an accessible product, make it easy for people, for consumers to enjoy, and we want to be leading the Poitin revolution in Ireland. We're at the forefront of a lot of the distribution in the US, for instance, and here as well. As part of the Poitin community, we're really passionate about it. We feel like it's a sleeping giant ready to explode.
It is. A lot of people think it is a sleeping giant. Poitin is, it's the next big thing.
Well, why not? We see how mezcal, as the little brother to tequila, has done really well as the artisanal version of that. And they've worked together, those mezcal producers, just like a lot of the Poitin producers would do here. It's the oldest spirits category in the world. It deserves a seat at the top table. Why not?
Certainly deserves it. Listen, Tom, thanks for talking today. Wow, it's great to be back down at Poitin Now. Mary O'Sullivan's here with her highly distinctive beer and bitters, Ireland's premium cocktail bitters. They really are a bit special, aren't they?
They really are. So what we do is we use organic alcohol and then organic herbs and spices in order to craft our flavours. And in order to make it as easy as possible for people to use them, we list our herbs and spices that we use within them on the back in order to, so that you can see the flavour elements, the spice elements. But in addition to that as well, we also do, every 3 months, we do sets of recipe cards. So these are all drivers cocktails. These are all beer cocktails. these are all food recipes because I find that it's a food flavouring. Why not use it as over food as well as drinks? These are all cognac and prosecco cocktails, and then I got these printed actually for this festival. So these are all poitin cocktails. So it's just different ideas of what to have it, because if you're a real spirits aficionado, you will like spirits neat, and you like to see how the flavours develop on your palate. But sometimes people, they want their family to enjoy it, and it's an easy way in order to help them open up the flavours and appreciate what's going on with them. So that's why we do all of these.
So can you order with you online and get it delivered?
Yes, absolutely.
How easy is it to get it across the water, say to Britain, England or Wales? Can you do that?
A little bit more difficult, all right. So we are actually looking for import partners, and we have approached a few different people, and we're still looking. But say into Northern Ireland, no problem at all. Into the rest of Ireland, absolutely no problem. And we have some limited sales. So what we have flavour-wise is smoked pear, aromatic, and orange.
What flavour are you planning for next year then? You like to mix it up a bit, don't you?
I do like to mix it up a bit now and then. Actually, what I'm doing and concentrating on innovating in is all the different recipe cards. So what we do is we do new sets every 3 months. So instead of actually coming up with a new flavouring, what we're kind of doubling down into is adding to the utility of what we have now. And what we want is to help you find different ways to enjoy your cocktails, whether that's in a little bit of goat's cheese, honey on some toasted brioche, whether that's over ice cream in a deconstructed Irish coffee where the bitters are infused into the cream. Sky's the limit.
Is it true that some people use bitters in cooking, not just in drinking?
Yes, essentially yes, because it is just a liquid flavouring. So I have sold into a fair amount of restaurants, hotels, bars where they're doing food and drinks pairings with the products, because I find it pairs well with sugar or with fat, because the astringency helps cut the fat of food as well, and there's no reason why you can't have a paired drinks then with the food while you're having it.
What's your website, Mary?
It's www.bearabitters.com.
Thanks for talking to us this afternoon on Irish Whiskey Review. So this is a new one in me. It's 4 Distillery. And basically, Oliver, you're a new take on old flavours. What does that mean?
Well, Justin, actually, it's County Westmeath. I think you said me there. So we're in Westmeath.
I better not get that wrong. It's just that noisy in here. I can't hear what I said.
You're grand. No, we're a distiller. We're open 2 years now in the village of Four in County Westmeath. Close to Castle Pollard, 20 minutes from Mullingar. So today we're having the poitin. Our poitin, it's a mash of unmalted, but 30% unmalted, 65% malted, and 5% oats. Nice creamy. The oats bring out nice creamy flavour to it. All going well.
You're basically trying to do what the old boys were doing back in the day, is that it?
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, the same thinking, better. The equipment that we have today, can produce a nice smooth spirit. We're producing, we're distilling the poitin. It's a hybrid still. We're using a pot and column. Okay. And yourself with the column still, you have more playing room. You can play around with it a little more to get something that you like.
Why are you doing that, Oliver? To increase your volume or what?
No. For us, it's just it can leave a nice smooth spirit. The column, you'll adjust it, here and there, just to get something that's really working for you.
Right.
At the end, it can produce a nice smooth spirit.
What else do you do? Because I'm a rum man. Is the rum made with sugar beet or sugar cane, or what's it made?
Yeah, it's sugar cane. So it's a molasses we're using for the rums. So the golden rum, it's matured in bourbon casks for about 2 years. Nice smooth sipping rum. It came out very well. We're also producing a white rum.
Do you do tours as well? You have a full sit-down restaurant there.
Yeah. It's not a massive spot, but we'll have a nice restaurant there, and we're doing tours. Tours is open from last spring. Tours open, all going well there. If you get a chance, come on down.
Is Four Valley, is it available outside of the distillery and any retailers across Ireland?
Oh yes, it is. It's an all local to any things. The 20-mile radius of the distillery, Navan, Cavan, Oldcastle, Virginia, Mullingar. And it's in a few places up here in Dublin as well.
So you're really going for the destination distillery then, sort of almost by making it only available in the locality. It's fairly exclusive there.
Well, it is. Yeah. It definitely is. Yeah.
So can people buy online if they want?
You can buy online. Yeah, fordistillery.ie. So you get it there. Yeah.
Oliver, thanks a lot for talking to us today.
Yeah.
Irish Whiskey Review.
And I should say the village of Fore itself is a unique little village. Used to be a monastery there back in the day. There's a couple of very unique little pubs in it. Nice walking trail around it. And when you come to Fore, it's like stepping back in time. It won't disappoint.
So a relaxing weekend is
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. Thank you. Well, no stranger to the channel. It is the Smuggling Nun herself, founder and CEO of Smuggling Laura Clara. You have a great offer at the minute.
I do. Yes, in the States, 2 bottles ship free, and as we like to say, the nuns travel in pairs always. So.
Now, beside you, I've interviewed people already. They reckon poaching is the next big thing. Are you finding that in the States? It's going to be. There's not many names for it. People ask, what is it? It's moonshine these days.
Well, I think in the States, people associate moonshine with a corn mash, and of course, I find the malted barley to be very superior. So certainly, as you know, it's true that the Irish invented bootlegging and brought it over to the States, but it's not exactly just a moonshine. Yeah.
It is Ireland's best kept secret. How are you pushing it out there? You're really a trailblazer for this in the States.
Well, I hope so. I think that poitin producers are really helping each other on both sides of the pond, and it's wonderful that we're here together and sharing stories and learning from each other. But yes, I'm one of the early ones in the States, and I do find that it's starting to really take off in New York, in the Irish-American expat community.
60, 80 million of them maybe, yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of them.
There are a lot, yes. And New Yorkers really like the new best thing, so they're loving poitin, yeah.
Well, we're involved with a new channel called Scots Irish Today, so maybe give them a shout as well.
Oh gosh, yes, I'd love to be in Scotland, yes.
So you really only the one product. Explain it to us.
That's true. I own just Smuggling Nun Irish poitin. Someday maybe I'll have other SKUs. But what's nice is that Copeland Distillery and I are working together in the States. They make my product bespoke for me in Donaghadee, County Down, and then
Hope Street.
yes, Hope Street.
People are starting to turn up looking for Hope Street.
It's great. It's wonderful. So they have 4 products they're launching in the States, and we kind of came to the conclusion that we should be sharing resources. So we're working with a shared VP of sales and other resources, and it's great.
That's good. It really is. Everybody helps themselves, and the market grows in whiskey and poitin.
Yes.
How did you come up with the name, the smugglernun.com, the Smuggling Nun? There must be a reason behind that.
Absolutely. So I read about poitin when it was still illegal, when I was about 20 years ago, so a long time ago. And our cousin was a Franciscan nun originally from Clare, and she knew I was obsessed, and Smuggling smuggled some back from Ireland in a holy water bottle for me. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Yep.
I can hear Bishop Brennan ringing her up already, and Father Ted. Anyway,
Right. So when I got my first boatload of poitin arrived in the States, one of the first things I did was bring a couple of bottles to her mother home outside of Boston, and the nuns there had some cocktails for Christmas.
and you picked the name the Smuggling Nun because a bit like the Mormons, nuns always went around in twos.
That's right, that's true. And actually, the face of the brand, of course, is the Mona Lisa. And
Is it? I thought that was just coincidence.
Well,
just in case the Louvre have something to say about that, it's maybe coincidence. It's AI.
well, we started calling the brand Smug Nun for short, and I thought to myself, who personifies smugness in a positive way? And that's what led me to the Mona Lisa. And afterwards, I discovered that late in life, she did become a nun after her husband died. And she also is an ancestor in the Fitzgerald family tree.
Lovely stuff. Thanks a lot for talking to us today on Irish Whiskey Review. Maura Clare, founder and CEO of Smuggling Nun Poitin.
Thank
So, I'm in bar 1661 with a friend of the show. It's Michael. He's the brother of Achill Island. And you have a poitin here today, Michael.
We do. We have the Buddha on Achill Island Irish poitin. So we have a bottle here.
Yeah. Now that is a very distinctive,
Very distinctive
stylish bottle. It's all black. It almost reminds you of Waterford's blue bottle. You can't tell of the colour of
a
that.
nice illicit nature to it, you know,
Yes.
and it's 60% strength, so it's fairly high volume.
But I bet it doesn't drink like it's a 60% strength.
No, that's the danger. You have to show it a bit of respect. It drinks easier than it should, so baby sips with this one, but it's a nice, clean, smooth, done with single malt and triple distilled. So
Good.
And
Now, you're a lot bigger down there than people think, aren't you?
say that again.
You're a lot bigger down there than people think.
Yeah, we have a lot going on. We've been kind of quietly going out our business the last 3 or 4 years, and now we're kind of come to fruition with we've 3 or 4 SKUs of our single malts. We've got a pot still coming out, and we've got vodka, gin, and obviously the poitin here today as well. So we're just starting to build on what we've been kind of quietly working on in the background.
So the brands and the product portfolio, where can you get them then?
So all the products I mentioned, plus our Irish American, which is our big seller in the States, obviously in Achill Island Distillery, and Super Values across the country, as well as Celtic Whisky Shop and Irish Malt sell a lot of our products as well, so quite widely available at the moment.
So what's next for you, Mike? Because a lot of people are going for these square bottles again. They're moving away from the round to the square. Is that easier for transportation, is it?
The square bottles, they look a bit nicer. There's a bit more work with them in terms of labelling. Labelling machines are quite difficult, and but they do catch the eye a bit more, and this is a bit more traditional as well. So that's why we went with that for our Achill, and then we have other products with round bottles as well. So
Okay, very nice. Now, you're open to visitors down there as well, aren't you?
yeah, we open 7 days a week. So we're always somebody there working. Happy to show anybody around that wants to come in and have a look at the distillery.
It's a beautiful part of the world, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Well, not in the winter. Not in the winter.
I don't know, I kind of like the west of Ireland in the winter.
Yeah, it has its own unique draw in the winter, but yeah, in the summer it's a beautiful spot and there's plenty of scenery around.
So what can you do with your poitin triple distilled? Is it designed with that high ABV just for drinking, or does it make a good cocktail ingredient or
Well,
cooking ingredient as well?
Yeah, I've tried cooking with it, yeah. It works twofold, you know. It drinks very clean at 60%. It's nice with a bit of ice just to take that initial heat of the alcohol out. And it works very well in cocktails as well. My brother Sean, who you've interviewed before, has developed a Mayo Mojito with it as well, which is basically replacing the rum with our poitin. And it's a very a nice, clean drinking cocktail as well. So it's a multitude of uses.
The industry, I mean, obviously everybody here thinks poitin's the next big thing. Are you finding that? I mean, you're obviously investing a lot of time, money and effort in that beautiful black bottle. It's incredible.
It's eye-catching. It actually, I think it's developing naturally over the last 12 months. We started as a side project. We developed the poitin in the distillery. We get visitors and they want something unique. So it was a tourist kind of product originally, just a bit of poitin to offer. We only did a couple of hundred bottles, and it sold out very quickly. So it was like, all right, we need to explore this a bit further and do it a bit on a higher volume and expand it across the country. And as we're doing that, and in festivals like today, Poitin Now, you can see there's a lot more producers doing very innovative things with the poitin. And I think it's just naturally progressing that it's meeting a wider audience now, and people are actually seeing how approachable poitin can be.
Is there some people who still mistakenly think it's illegal still?
Well, that's kind of good for sales in a sense. I tend not to put them too straight. The more they think it's illegal, the more it tends to sell better. So.
It would be in some places.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just write the bottle labels by hand or something like that. Yeah, it is, but it's good that poitin's coming back to the fore again. Michael, thanks a lot for talking to us today about Irish Whiskey Review. I wanted to see a picture of that landslip and you wouldn't put it on. You wouldn't put it on.
The landslide?
Yeah, I love landslides.
What?
I've had loads of landslides. He did 3 round his house.
Absolutely.
Do you want Belfast coffee?
I'd love another one.
Do you know where he is at the minute?
Where is he?
He's in Iceland at the minute.
He's in Iceland. All right, how you going? No bother, buddy. We're doing it now. Yes.
Are we on camera? He's not live. It's recorded. It's recorded.
These are the ones I've drank so far.
All right,
Yes, buddy, what's the crack? Here, we're doing a wee record here, and then we'll catch up shortly. Is that all right? We'll jump in. Have we started yet? Probably not.
We have started.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We can't start from the top again.
Right.
This new stuff, right? What's in it?
So last year, whenever I was talking about, poitin, big year of the poitin, and we created Balkan, the best spirit we ever created in Cologne Distillery. So I had to beat Balkan. I think I have beaten it, but it's up to the consumer to decide. The Dagda Oats is what I've been working on all year. The Dagda is Ireland's version of Zeus, Ireland's version of Thor. It's the all-father of Gaelic mythology. And he used to carry around a big pot of oats that never emptied. And that big pot of oats fed the nation. So we made an oat and poitin. An oat and poitin for the father of all gods, the Dagda Oats. And it's been released for Poitin Now, special for Poitin Now. So the mash bill is 50% peated oats, and then there's unmalted barley, there's malted barley, and there's rye in there as well. And here, 64%.
That's higher than anybody's here today, I think, is it?
I don't know, I haven't been around everybody, but...
Some of them are 60. I can't try it today because I drive the car.
Oh, Jesus. Where's Marty?
He's in Iceland.
He is a skitter.
He's going from a place with 3 landslides to a place with about 30 volcanoes.
Exactly.
100 volcanoes.
And ice and all the rest of it.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. So, Marty, you always miss the good ones, lad,
I know. He doesn't allow me out with him now anymore, but that's another story. But anyway.
You broke this microphone last year as well.
No, you broke 2 years ago, you broke the microphone. You could buy it off me. It still works. You have to plug it in. That's an even more expensive one. Bring it too. Come on. Throw it into the park. Throw it into the park.
Use Northampton boys, you can save the money though.
Tell me, you've got other new stuff out. The new rum out as well.
Yeah, well that was for the cult, you see. We were meant to release it now for a long time. It kept ticking on, so we had to get it out. And there was a delay in our releases. We had no bottles, so our bottle supplier had delayed bottling for about 3 months. You imagine 3 months without getting anything bottled. That's damaging for a company.
It is.
Oh, wow.
Have you any really big partnerships coming up? Because the last time we were talking to you, you were working around the clock for Little, remember?
Yeah, well, Little don't pay. So, well, they do whenever you... Let's not go there.
All right. Don't ever say we don't ask hard questions in this channel.
We had a little problem.
All right.
But it's sorted now.
All right. So, listen, the tins. I mean, there's people doing the whiskey in the tins. Why have you done the tins this time?
Yeah, so Dram in a Can is a wonderful brand, and they really believe in the poitin category, so they have helped us out. So they have bottled basically the Dagda Oats in a can, and they're being sold exclusively at Poitin Now. If any stock's left over, it goes to the Cologne cult, And if anything's left over that, well, we'll see what happens.
I'll let you get round. The second session's kicked off here, so
Yeah.
I'll let you get on with it, Brendan. Thanks for talking to us again today.
Justin, it's a pleasure. You do great content. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, lovely. Thank you. Well, it's the home of the multi-mash bills. I promise I won't ask you about them. Andy's here from Poitin Distillery. You're on the Poitin bandwagon in a big way now.
Yeah. No, like everyone's really taken to our new make. Kind of like high percentage of unmalted barley in there, oats, rye as well. Kind of rich, oily mouthfeel, 63%, and it's like super sessionable.
How high can people push the ABV and still make it drinkable? You know?
I don't know. It probably depends on kind of like alcohol tolerance as well. But the kind of the rich oiliness in our new make spirit kind of helps with that high ABV. So you've got like this unmalted grain, which gives this kind of rich, kind of like almost fatty texture. You're almost chewing the whiskey. So basically that kind of disguises your alcohol ABV. 63% casking ABV, which is what we go into cask at. But it comes off the still around 80.1, 80.3, and we'll knock it back.
Now, you've won a lot of awards with it. Do the awards really matter?
Yeah, awards definitely matter. It's like, and it's all about kind of like jumping on the bandwagon when these awards are kind of like presented to you and kind of shouting about it. There's no point in entering in competitions and getting all these awards if no one's able to hear about it. So what we got to do is we got to get out there, show people, look, this new make has been tasted by people. People think it's great, and we want to show everyone else how good it is as well.
Where's it available, Andy? Is it just?
At the moment, it's available on our online shop and at the distillery as well. Yeah, and then here at Poitin Now as well.
Any plans for wider distribution then?
That's to be confirmed. That's not my department. Yeah, I make the stuff.
Sorry, I'm a relationship, so always ask hard questions. People, by the way, sorry about that.
That's up to management whether or not they want to do it or not.
Love your opinion, don't worry. So, a lot of people, we get to taste a lot of unique spirit for a lot of whiskies, and some of them are very drinkable in themselves.
Yeah.
Is that more or less it? You came across that, and it's that good you have to release it?
Yeah. Basically, like we didn't set up as a Poitin distillery. We set up as a whiskey distillery. But our new make spirit, in our opinion, and it seems in a lot of other people's opinion as well, is really, really drinkable, really, really great product. So we said, well, hey, why not? Let's put it out there. Let's let people have a drink of it. Let people taste what Poitin is all about.
Excellent stuff. What's the website so as people can look you up?
Boandistillery.ie.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So, we're still here. We're still here at Poitin Now. It's Poitin Now, but a wee bit later. And we're talking to Michael from, well, people probably know it. You've probably heard there, the Donegal, the Escape. Would you have a whiskey distillery up there, or a Poitin distillery up there?
Yeah, we're based in Carrigard, County Donegal, and it's essentially a distillery I started about 4 years ago, 2019. I was a home distiller when I was in New Zealand, and I came back to New Zealand and wanted to essentially keep distilling, but I wanted to do it in a bigger scale, so I started Boilock Distillery. And the distillery is based up kind of in the mountains above Mulroy Bay in Carrigard. It's in a small cottage that I renovated, and I started off making Irish Poitin, and about coming on 2 years ago I started Irish whiskey production, and we're very small. We do about 2 casks a week.
But you have a lot of different brands here, and they're quite distinctive.
Oh yeah, well I started off very much kind of in the Poitin territory, and the first brand was Mulroy Bay, and it's a small batch, kind of highly flavoured, some peated, some unpeated, a lot of barrel finishes or rested Poitins.
Because there's a wee bit of colour in that. Is that where it comes from?
Yeah, this is a 6-week rested Poitin, and this is an oat mash. and essentially this was a whiskey that I produced, and then I had a bit left over and I made it into a Irish poitin.
Wow, so quite experimental as well.
Oh yeah, and then this is a kind of bottling because the Crater is the real McCoy when it comes to poitin.
But it's a dip seal in the top of it.
Oh yeah.
Pretty cool.
Well, this is in kind of praise of the poitin makers around Donegal, because there were so many at one stage, all the way from like Inishowen over to where I am. And this is like an exploration series, so every batch is a different mash bill, and I kind of investigate old mash bills and new mash bills.
That's a beautiful bottle as well.
Yeah. It's looking well now, and this one is 30% oats, 20% maize, malt, barley, and spelt. So it's kind of something a bit unique.
Can people visit your distillery?
No, I don't do visitors, but you can go to my website at www.boilockdistillery.ie if you want to pick up a bottle.
We're going to have to spell that for people, because that's nearly as bad as Brigalow.
Yeah, this is the Grand Hatch bottling, and we grow grain around the distillery. Just it's a small scale, about 10 or 15 acres.
So there's a bit of terroir going on there as well?
Yeah. So this is grown here at the distillery. We malt it here, and this is kind of like new make for our annual harvest bottling, which will be in its second year this year. So it's still going to be 3-4 years away from being whiskey, but unique stuff. 35% oat, green barley, and 25% malt. So it's kind of old style, new style pot still, which is kind of what I say. And this is limited to maybe 10 or 15 casks a year.
Where can people get it? It seems fairly exclusive.
Well, I sell everything through the website. I'm so small, I don't really get out to the stockists and that type of thing. I just sell generally online, free delivery, unique stuff, and the more flavour, the better. That's the angle I put on it. If you can't really taste where this is from, it's not my product. It has to be very unique.
A very passionate man, Michael. Thanks for talking to us today.
No worries.
Thank you.
Thanks a million.
Wow, the weather has been kind to us here at Bar 1661. And we've got Sean, who is from Ireland, and Martha, who is from Portugal. Now, famous for, of course, port wine that used to have to come down the valley and the rafts and all over England, made lots of Portuguese and English people very, very wealthy. Poitin's a poor man's drink, is it?
I think so. I think it's got that bit of rock and roll history. It's kind of got that hit, and you had to hide it away for a while. It was under the table. You'd give it to friends and stuff like that. So it's kind of a.
We heard some great stories back there of like a family business running underground. No, it's incredible, the history of Poitin. I learned a lot from Sean today, but it's been interesting to try different poitins, and I thought it was a very straightforward drink. Not a lot of changes, but I was surprised today.
Oh, there's a lot of innovative work going on with poitin, with a lot of the smaller distilleries as well. I mean, you can even get it in tins now. It makes it all the handier, you know. I remember when it used to be illegal, people used to put brandy balls in it to flavour it and stuff like that. But none of that now. What are you on? Is that a poitin cocktail? Is it?
The Belfast coffee. I think it was I believe it was set up as we need a way of promoting the spirit. How do we get the spirit into people's hands without blowing the heads off them or make it approachable? Everyone knows the Irish coffee, so this is a good way of getting it into their hands. It's the gateway drug, you know.
It is, but listen, what gets me is alcohol is such a versatile product. I mean, who would think, the product from Portugal, the product from Madeira, the product from Ireland, even in Ireland, you can get that many different products themselves. Whiskies, runs even here,
Yeah,
poaching. I mean, it's such a versatile product. I mean, but even within the product range, you're going to be able to find a poaching you like, aren't you?
And that was what I really like today, because most of the time, if you're dipping your toes in the water or poaching, you might have one on a night at a bar or something like that. But you're not having them side to side and back to back. And like when you're able to walk around and try a few back to back, you can really see like, oh, a bit of oat adds such a different complexity to it, adds a creaminess, it changes the texture. So you can see the variance in a category. You know?
But actually, the reason why we're drinking this one was because we were trying Belfast coffee with another poaching up there.
Oh, the peated Mickle.
The Mickle, yeah.
The heritage one.
And,
What do you think of peated stuff?
Oh, I liked it.
I got into it. Oh no, I didn't get into it. That's my first experience was I said I don't really like. I'm not sure about Scotch, and then someone said, "Oh, if you're not sure about it, let me give you the most peated thing I can find, which is like an Ardbeg or something like that." And I was like, "Oh no, I can't drink this stuff at all." And then for years thought that, and then a few years later, you try some more mellow ones. You're like, "Okay, actually, I can see the benefits. I can see the complexities." But yeah, when someone says you haven't tried something and then they give you the most extreme version, not the best way to get into it.
Well, there's a Donegal one in there that's rested in the barrels and it gives it a bit of colour.
Yeah.
I don't mind clear spirits, but smoke I can do without, and whiskey and anything. I mean, I don't even like barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I feel
Maybe
like
that was it, yeah.
the Irish peated stuff seems to be more mellow, as in I think like it's not as in your face, as in like it's adds an extra element, but it's not like the thing in the spirit.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of Scotch is like it's going to be a peated thing. You're going to get smoke, and that's all you're getting. So I think.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff, guys. I really thank you for taking time out of your day to talk to us here on Irish Whiskey Review. I'm going to go and see somebody else.
Just want to
Oh my God! I almost feel, Peter, that I'm beside a roaring log fire just to have some of this new smoky stuff. You've got smoky stuff out as well.
Yeah, this is our new poaching, launches today at Poaching Live, and it's an experiment. It's ocean malted, which means we experimented. We tried malting our barley on a bed of seaweed. So the first part of our malting process is soakage. So you get your warm water, you put in your seaweed, 3 different kinds of seaweed, the carrageen, for example, and nori and kelp, into the warm water. All the water goes a kind of funny urine colour. Then you tip your barley in, and then you start the malting process. What happens is that the minerals released into the seawater go into the barley. And the gamble was, would the salt kill the malting process or not? And it didn't, it worked. So then we basically continue with the malting process, and then that makes up half of the mash bill. So half of this mash bill is our seaweed malted malt.
Where did you get this idea from? Because Dulce is
John.
I mean, us and Japan are 2 of the countries that do edible seaweed.
It was John's idea. John's our head distiller. He likes trying new things, and his idea was to try to get some minerality, because it's a white spirit. So you've got to be careful how you put it together. It's not a whiskey, it's a poaching. They're different things.
Well, some people have let their poaching rest in a barrel, and it gives it a bit of colour, but that's still crystal clear.
Yeah.
So no iodine gets in it or anything like that there?
No, iodine is too heavy to distill as a salt.
Right.
But you do get a lot of other essential minerals that come across in seaweed. It is not in your face, it's not like eating sushi, but there's a minerality behind it all.
There's little bits in suspension in that, or is that bubbles that I'm seeing?
Bubbles.
That's bubbles.
Yeah, it is bubbles. We did try putting in seaweed, but it looked like a fungal growth.
All right.
So we took it out again.
Yeah, the fake worm.
Yeah, it wasn't good. And a bit of turf smoke. We felt it needed a bit of the mountains and a bit of the sea. So a little bit of turf smoked oat. Hang on, I'm doing something with my phone.
All right. We'll leave this bit in. Oh, he's got the phone.
Yeah, look at this.
They are taking payments today, so.
Boom. Connecting, that's okay. Payment, it'll flash, you're good. Sorry about that.
No worries, I can't take this out because it's for Instagram, so don't worry about that. So tell me, other products that Marty's missing out today. What's the other product?
Well, basically, we're about to launch some single cask whiskies. And the first one are the Traps.
Wow.
It's a single malt, turf smoked single malt, aged in a French sherry liqueur cask. It's called Pete the Magic Dragon, and Pete the Magic Dragon is the name for our peated Ranger whiskies, and PMD for short will come out through 23, 24 in a series of strange and unusual casks.
Okay.
It's very nice whiskey.
I'm trying to think. Cherries are very strong, distinctive flavour.
It doesn't really come across that strong. It does marries nicely with the peat. It's a bit like that sweetness you get from a sherry cask, but slightly more subtle.
I might like that myself, even though
it's nice whiskey. And then we're doing a non-compliant pot still in the new year, and a rye, 55% Irish rye. They'll be the first 3 single cask whiskies we release. So there you go.
Very, very good. What do you think of the overall market? White spirits, punching, getting very, very, very popular now. Very, very popular.
It is. And what's interesting is that you're here today and you look around, the amount of innovation happening in the category is remarkable, because we have the room to maneuver. And this is all small producers. So this is all driven by passion. And when you've got some passion, you've got innovation. And small producers really, really can innovate, and that's what we're seeing in the category now.
Do you think the big boys are going to move into the punching anytime soon?
Yeah, I would imagine so, because small guys innovate, big guys scale. So I think it's inevitable, but they did screw it up once in the past. And they did give us a really, really bad technical file.
Right.
What we're trying to do now is rebuild the category after a moribund 10 years, and I think it's really finally coming together, again, because of passion.
Peter, your website, it is
blackwaterdistillery.ie, and you'll be able to buy this for the silly price of €20. The idea being it gives consumers an easy entry point, €20 for a craft spirit at 50% ABV. Not bad.
Excellent stuff. Thanks for talking to us today. I'll let you get back. It's bedlam in here, in the background. Thank you, Peter. So, we've talked to this man before, and this is the social in Belfast. We're down at bar 1661. Michael is here, but we're talking about punching today, and also what I like the look of. Look at that there, a Connemara Irish cream, delicious.
That's the best, in fact.
Now, there's a bit of a range going on here with the Irish punching. Talk us through the range.
Yeah, so first of all, we have our classic punching. This is kind of what we started off with. 100% malt barley. We did addition of one extra thing, which is bog bean, little flower that grows in the bog. Kind of March through to June usually. We probably use about 2 inches worth of dried out stock for every 1,000 litres that we distill. It has lovely grassy, earthy, kind of herbaceous notes in there, a little bit of texture, maybe even a little bit of drambuie, that kind of stuff. It's lovely. Then next to it we have our heritage punching. So if you ask Jimmy, our head distiller, his rule about distilling anything is malt is king, but malt wouldn't always have been available. So this is a mixed mash bill, 80% malt, which we peated ourselves with our own Connemara turf, and 20% oats. So those oats add lovely richness and like a round body to it all. This is probably my favourite spirit that we produce. I know you're not meant to have favourites, but this is mine.
Okay.
Next to it then we have one of our zero editions. This hasn't been launched yet, it's going to launch next week.
And it's a peated one.
It's a peated one, yeah, peated zero. So this is our heritage poutine, which we then put into a 50-litre PX sherry cask. So this it's really amazing. It dates raisin or stone fruits, almost like blackberries going on there. It's delicious. Slightly higher ABV, 50%, and it's part of our zero range. So our zero range is kind of Jimmy and our head distiller's chance to get a little bit creative. We have Amontillado cask, we have Spanish oak, a Spanish chestnut. We have, what else? We have Palo Cortado, ex-bourbon. This is our PX sherry cask.
Now, I spotted the Irish cream.
Yeah.
And in England, Irish cream outsells whiskey 3-1.
Probably, yeah. It's,
It's amazing. I don't even believe it, but it's true.
yeah, because it's not just Bailey's that everyone knows. There's also the Tesco brand, the Waitrose brand, all that kind of stuff.
I know that. Now, there's so many great Irish cream products out there. The Mickle one, what's it like?
So we're very proud of this. This won Best Cream Liqueur in the world last year at the World Liqueur Awards. It's different kind of in two ways. First of all, there is whiskey in this because you legally have to have it in it to be Irish cream liqueur, but we have the bare minimum. The base of this is poitin. So the poitin makes it lovely and light. It has a subtle hint of spice in there. Now it's not spicy, there's a lovely little spice out in there. And the other big thing is that we don't sweeten it with sugar. We actually use honey instead. So it adds a more authentic kind of sweetness. It makes it a little lighter. It's not as heavy, it doesn't claw as much in the palate. I said this is my favorite, but this is also my favorite. I bring it to all the whiskey shows, and people be telling you I don't drink cream liqueur, I'm a whiskey fan, and they come back at the end of the show to drink this again because it's so good.
Michael, where can you get your products? Where can you buy them?
You get it online on our website, mickle.com or mickle.ie. Available Celtic whiskey, O'Brien shops down here in the south, and then any good off license. O'Brien's, Musgraves, Super Value. But yeah.
And what's the website if people want to look for it?
Pardon?
What's the website address?
Mickle.ie.
Thanks very much for talking to us.
Cheers.
Aquavita, the water of life. It's not a poitin, Jared.
It's not a poitin. It's where poitin comes from. This is the birthplace of whiskey. The grandfather of whiskey, the father of poitin. Aquavita is where we got the bug from.
Okay. I've had it last year. The honey and ginger in the tin is absolutely delicious. Does it even count as an alcoholic product?
It sure does. I mean, the honey and ginger is a 4.5% RTD in a can, ready to go. It's made using our spirit, which is 50% ABV. It's much, much stronger. But
your product, what's it for? Night, summer days?
it's largely a history project that we brought back to life. If you're telling the story of Irish spirits, the first 2/3 of the conversation you had an empty glass. Yeah, chronologically speaking.
It was all perfume.
Yeah. It was all medicine.
Yeah.
We brought Aquavita back to life out of a love for the history and the story. The cans we brought to life simply to help show you what they can do. Honey, ginger, lemon, sparkling water with the Aquavita. It's just a match made in heaven. But Aquavita can be used like any other ecumenical spirit. Chartreuse, Benedictine, Cointreau, or even Jägermeister. Swap them.
It's how the monks survive. You also do these bitters.
Bitters is where we started.
Yeah. With bitters, you're competing with the big Caribbean brands, really, aren't you?
Absolutely. And don't get me wrong, Angostura has a very firm place in rum cocktails. We love rum. Rum's great. But if you're going to use something that's made out of rum for rum, when you get into the whiskey world, it's going to kick like a mule. So you want something that's just a little bit more finessed, a little bit more delicate and sympathetic towards the Irish palate.
So listen, chocolate we all know is hand sewn from Killingare.
Absolutely.
Marmalade was jam gone wrong, I think, somewhere.
It's citrusy and bright.
And then this year, the aromatic, that's gin really, is it?
Aromatic hedgerow is where you're going to get a herbaceous depth for your drinks. Like, if you're wanting a more traditional bitters flavour, Barnbrack's the one to go for.
Wow! Is that like toasted barnbrack flavour?
Diamond.
Sounds absolutely delicious. Now, sometimes you get barnbrack and it's peeling it, and I can't toast it even.
No.
I do like that from the supper every night.
So, Barnbrack is the original Christmas cake story, and that's why it ties in so perfectly with the Aquavita story. Because as best we can surmise, when the monks were finished making Aquavita, they would then reuse the botanicals and make a bread with it.
I'm driving today. Is there any alcohol in that? No?
That would be non-alcoholic. This is just a touch of water. Just helps it let the aromatics come out of there.
It actually does. It tastes like you've toasted barn rack in the toaster. On the fire, on the open fire. Wow, you can add that to bread as flavouring.
You can stick it in cream and have it with your desserts. It's delicious.
That's fabulous.
There we go.
What's this? Wash it down.
These are the aquavite honey and gingers. They just go diamond.
All right. Can I video you? You love that?
Absolutely love it. We have it on home. It's gorgeous.
Very good. Very good.
Genuinely is good stuff.
Customer reviews.
No, it genuinely is.
I'll slip you a can.
I think this is a plant, but it's not a plant. She didn't realise we were talking. She didn't realise we were talking. Jared, thanks a lot. The website, where can people go?
www.offthecufff.info/shop. We've got a special on until Christmas. We've got to clear everything out of our warehouse. We're moving house.
Lovely stuff. Thanks for talking to us.
Tip top.
It's Dave Mulligan from Band Poitin. Pour me one. Hit me.
No worries. There we go.
Oh, lovely.
Decent measures.
Nice. The bottles are embossed, beautiful. Everybody's trying to do something that works. This certainly looks the part, and it's the ABV's not as high as some Poitin products.
Yeah. So we're Bourne's 10 years old, you know. We went 10 this year. We're partnered with Ecklenville Distillery. We chop and change all the time. We're always evolving. We're always finding what works. But we own 1661. So we're all about mixing cocktails, the Belfast coffee in particular, and then we brought it down to 44.5 because everyone was going the other way, you know. We just want that real entry level, easy to drink. We got some new stuff coming out. It's out of our cocktail casks, Irish whiskey, sherry casks. Then we finish it with chocolate Madeira and a little bit of fig liqueur, stunning stuff. We got our core range, and then we got the OG Bones down here, where we started from, back in 2013.
Poitin's the next big thing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I've been saying that for years. No, it is. We make little and green as well, you know. So everything I do, I'm 12 years working with Poitin. I'm trying to make it for everyday moments, make it part of all walks of life. Little and green for the younger people, Bone for the connoisseurs, Belfast coffee and cocktails for everybody. And then the fig cask is just something fun that we love to do, you know.
Now, obviously, you can get this quite a lot of places because of your distribution network.
We will do soon. We'll be back. We've been around a long time, like I said, but we like a lot of people, we had glass supply issues, so we haven't been in market for a while, but we're going to be back this Christmas. Celtic Whiskey Exchange in the UK, Ecklenville websites, our websites, and then, you can always buy it up our 1661.
And what's next? A lot of people are trying things like resting it in casks and stuff like that. That seems to be the next big thing.
So we're a bit different at Bone in that we're blenders, right? I look at spirit the same way I look at cocktails. I'm going to take the best liquids I can find, make something better than the sum of its parts, you know? So we've got some really interesting blends coming. We've got our cask rested stuff. We've got the bottled Belfast coffee coming back, which is really, really great. And then, we're just excited to see Bone and a new Bone peated readily available again, finally.
Excellent stuff, Dave. Thanks a lot for talking to us.
Thanks for filming. Cheers.
Hello, I'm from Germany. Ich bin der deutsche Junge hier. Tolle Messe, tolle Sachen. Heute Abend um 10 Uhr im Livestream bei ihm, bei dir im Livestream. Müsst ihr hier drauf gehen und dann könnt ihr richtig guten Stoff schmecken, sehen und hören. Wir sehen uns. Goodbye. Tschüss. Tschüss.